Alrighty, folks, it's Farrell
and Amy,
and this is the Jolt Zone where we go around and we let people tell their stories and talk a little bit longer, right, about things they've done.
Oh.
And you probably don't want to talk about it, but I'm going to ask you anyway.
Huh?
Because Amy's done a lot of things in the past, correct?
Have I? Sure.
You've done a lot of TV and movies, and,
yeah.
Right? Like what have you done that people mostly recognize you for?
Return of the Living Dead 4 and 5, and Cinderella Story with Hilary Duff.
That you said that one day, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. My kids all start freaking out. Dad, Amy's on TV. Amy's on TV, and there you are with purple hair talking on a microphone.
Usually.
Yeah.
I get jobs where I talk on microphones a lot.
That is, well, this one probably doesn't pay very well, but
I did. Oh, I'm gonna get con.
Hey, yeah, thanks for coughing on us.
So anyway, I did a movie with Gary Busey, believe it or not.
Really? Is he really crazy weird?
And it's called Motocross Kids. I held a microphone in that too.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's a pretty easy gig then. I mean.
Yeah, it was fun.
Was it?
I was like, and I remember my lines. I always remember all my lines.
Really?
Yeah. I'm no Diane Sawyer here, but I think it's the Malibu Pirates are behind this one.
You really know Diane Sawyer?
No, I said I'm no Diane Sawyer.
Oh, you're no Diane Sawyer.
Yes, sir.
So what is your, of all the roles you've ever done, no matter what it is, stage, screen, TV, what is your favoriteest one you've ever done?
Ooh, that's a tricky one.
See that?
I guess it would be between two. It was when I worked with Christian Slater. That was a show called The Forgotten. And then I did The Closer with Kira Sedgwick.
Really?
And that one was really intense scene, and I cried, and I was proud of myself.
You're proud of yourself if you cried?
Yeah.
Were you supposed to cry?
Yeah.
Oh.
But it was like a good cry, where you're holding it back so you make the people watching cry.
Oh, yeah. I don't cry.
I should have won a Grammy for it.
You should have. Did they give you a Grammy for a movie? I think that's something else.
No, I made that up.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm dyslexic, Farrell.
Yeah, well, among other things.
It happens. Any other weird, invasive questions you have for me?
I just because I tell people I got a famous friend, they're like, no, you don't. And so I
wear a size 8.5 boot, 8-inch shoes.
Oh, she loves boots, So if you got a Tony Lama boot, you want to, she loves boots. 8.5.
All kinds of boots.
And men's?
No, girls. Jerk. Anyway.
Alrighty, well, hey, not only have I talked to other celebrities such as Amy, I've talked to quite a few. So here, just check this out and see who I've talked to. I was awkward during most of them.
Well, I mean, you're Farrell.
Yeah.
You're a celebrity in your own right. You're a celebrity to me.
I'm Ogden, Utah famous. That don't count.
Got to start somewhere.
That's right. Alrighty, folks, I'm here with
Little Texas.
And what do you guys think of Utah so far? I mean, how many times have you been here?
1,400 million.
At least, right?
At least. We're here so often, I think we owe property taxes.
Actually, I seen you guys when you played at a club down in Ogden. I was working down there, so I've met you before. So, yeah, exactly. So, you guys like it here, huh?
Yeah, we love it here. It was fun to come here for the first time back in the day, back in the late 90s, because of where we're from. We're hubbed out of Nashville. We played in Texas a lot. We didn't get out here until records were big and things were. I don't think the first time we played here, we played in an arena. Yeah. So
I remember
really cool.
I remember the first time you guys played actually was Weber County Fair because I went there. Matter of fact, I took in this is embarrassing to say. I took and had a bunch of CDs, took them over to the record store, and actually sold a bunch so I could afford to buy tickets to come. That's no lie. I swear to God.
Wow. How do you think we got into most of the concerts we went to?
Yeah, right. Well, I tried sneaking in, but
Exactly. No, it's always been great. Really, it's the people. The scenery is fantastic. The weather's always been fantastic for us out here. So we just love it every time we come out.
Yeah, we've actually lucked out because it's been raining. The weather's been horrible here. So I think it's probably the second good weekend we've had all year. So what do you guys think of the theater here, the stadium here? I don't know if it's a stadium, but
it sounds really good. I can tell you that. We just finished sound check, and it sounds really nice and crisp, and love it.
It's a pretty nice place. They kind of don't. A lot of people don't know about it. It seems like no one ever wants to come. Either no one wants to play, or no one knows about it. I don't know which.
Hopefully, we'll change all that. Yeah.
So yeah, for sure, get everybody to come out and hang out. So, what kind of music do you guys listen to when you're just hanging out?
That one, Dale.
We listen to everything from Merle Haggard to Kiss. So it's a broad spectrum. It really is.
All of them.
Talk radio.
The Sean Hannity.
Absolutely.
I listen to talk radio just for the sheer enjoyment of people calling in hating on him. I think that's great. I don't agree or disagree with anything. I just like listening to people complain.
We're working on a segment of the show where we're going to put some songs that influenced us growing up. And we were asked at a gig we did, a private party, for each of us to choose a song, which is almost impossible, especially on the spot. But like we're doing a Rod Stewart song, we're doing like Kiss, so it spans.
So
Eagles.
what's the first concert you guys ever played as Little Tex? What's the first one you can remember? At a bar or show? Just the first thing ever. Do you even remember?
Definitely a bar.
Yeah, it was in Beckley, West Virginia, and the date was November 8th, 1988.
The date and everything, huh?
He's the historian. He knows everything. He knows where we've been.
The record keeper.
Yeah. It's Adele. Where were we? Why? What happened?
The historian of the band.
It's a terrible sickness.
Alrighty, guys. Well, you're probably busy, so I'll let you go. But hey, I'm glad you guys took time to talk to me.
Absolutely.
Sure, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks very much.
You bet.
Look forward to it.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, there you go. Alrighty, folks. I am here with
Richie McDonald.
and Richie. Used to be in a band, or still are. Are you with Lone Star still, or?
No, actually, you know what? I left Lone Star 3 years ago just to slow down and spend more time with my family and watch my children grow up.
Well, he was up there playing a lot of. I recognized a whole bunch of the songs, and I was like, well, there's nobody else around, but it's the voice, so.
Well, you know, I'm just really close to those songs even after all these years because I wrote several of them, and I got cottonwood deals all over.
It's all over the place, man.
You know what? They'll always be a part of my life, you know. So I do those songs as well as some new ones, you know.
I was just going to ask, what are you doing now? Are you writing anything now for yourself?
I'm out called Slow Down. I had a new single that just came out a few months ago called Footprints on the Moon. So you know what? I'm just trying to balance it out and really just try to get my priorities straight and spend more time with my family.
All righty. Well, you must be busy, so I'll let you go, but I appreciate you talking with me.
I'm not busy.
Oh, you're not? Oh, well, then, hey, what are you doing later? We can have a drink or... Thank you. All righty. I'm here with...
Mike Knox.
And can you tell me a little bit about what you're doing down here at Comic-Con?
You know what? We're putting on wrestling matches for the people coming by. Let them know that we're here. This place has been around for a long time. When I first started, 1998, I used to drive up here and do matches before I was anybody. And since then, I've been on ECW, WWE, Raw, SmackDown, TNA, everywhere on the planet to wrestle. I've been there, and it all started here at this place. And that's what these kids are doing. They're trying to build themselves up and see if they can take it seriously enough to make something of themselves.
So it's obvious you love it. You've been doing it for so long.
Absolutely.
What's your favorite part of it? What's the reasoning behind you wanting to do it?
Actually doing stuff like this, meeting the people, shaking hands, hearing that wrestling has helped them get through something. You know what I mean? It's such a different thing. We have such a loyal fan base that it never gets old hearing. You know what I mean? That you made a little bit of a difference in somebody's day. Even just being nice to them and shaking their hand and signing autographs and stuff like that. That's my favorite part about everything.
I think with wrestling, my favorite part of it, because I've been watching wrestling since I was 8. I used to watch Georgia Championship Wrestling on WTBS, the Superstation.
Yep.
You know, I mean, guys like Wahoo McDaniel and
Anderson.
yeah, and I loved it. And my most favorite part about wrestling is how they trash talk when they get in there and they start talking, and I love it. It's so great.
Man, once the crowd starts pumping and your heart starts going, you know what I mean? And you don't got to hold nothing back. You know, you can say anything you want. Like, you can't get in trouble for it. It's awesome, man.
That would be great, because I'm really good at running my mouth, but backing it up.
I can tell, dude.
Backing it up, I'm no good at it. It's really bad.
Oh, man.
All righty, well, hey,
cool.
I appreciate you talking to me. Thank you.
Pleasure to meet you.
You too.
Thank you.
Alrighty, I am here with the one and only Mick Foley. Mick, what do you think of Ogden? What do you think of Utah?
Oh, this is beautiful. I've only been to Salt Lake, and I know there's only a short way, but I was just marveling at the scenery and saying, like, we don't have mountains like this where I live. And then I said, like, does it get really frigid? I always grew up thinking that it got frigid. It was like, that gets in the teens. And I was like, wait a second, we don't have mountains, and it gets below zero where I live. It's just miserable.
It will sometimes. I had some people, they'd come to the neighborhood, and they were from one of the flat states. I don't know which one of the flat states, and they wanted to go climb that mountain. And I said, go ahead and climb that mountain. I ain't about to start. They're bigger than they seem, you know?
Yeah, I every year I go to the White Mountains T-shirt, Santa's Village, from Jefferson, New Hampshire, and we love those mountains, but they max out at like 4,000 feet, and that's like, it's like a pygmy mountain to you guys. It's more like a hill.
So, you been skiing yet?
No, I skied, and I'm a guy who accumulated a lot of injuries, right? And I was known as a guy who would do almost anything, but I wasn't stupid. When I skied once when I was 16, I didn't know there was a progression that you're supposed to start at a bunny hill. My buddies opted not to tell me that they were experts and that I was supposed to start and so I went down the expert hill, dislocated my shoulder, and decided that was a sign from up above that I wasn't ever going to ski again, and I haven't.
But professional wrestling was perfectly acceptable.
Yeah, I felt like at least it was man versus man versus himself. Once you throw Mother Nature into the mix, I want no part of it.
All bets are off, huh?
Exactly.
So let me ask you a little bit about that. What was the first match you ever did professionally where you got paid? Do you remember what that is?
Yeah, Clarksburg, West Virginia, 1986. I broke in 85. I had a match. It was a disaster against Kurt Kaufman. It was Clarksburg Armory. And then my second match, I had one match in front of 300 people in the Clarksburg Armory. My second match was against the British Bulldogs in front of 17,000 fans in Providence. And safe to say, I took a beating. Mrs. Foley's little boy did not chew solid food for a week after that.
Well, you've taken a beating your whole entire career. I mean, that's like what you're known for, right?
I just realized I've been doing this interview without my bottom teeth. They expect these two to be gone, but these two just make me look like I've got a chemical problem. So you gotta put them back in.
So what was your most favorite match that you ever did? The one you had the most fun with and think, man, I could do that 20 more times.
Oh, yeah. I was known for having some wild ones where there was a price to be paid afterward and for weeks later. But there were nights where it was like, I can't believe how much fun this is and how I managed to get paid to do this. Some of them involving The Rock. We had this unbelievable chemistry. So while some of our pay-per-view matches were incredibly physical, there were nights when we could, especially as a tag team, when we could rely on our chemistry to see us through.
So how hard is it to find a wrestler you have that kind of chemistry with that, I can work with this guy just right off?
You never know. It's it's a roll of the dice. I guess it would be like, actors where they go, this guy's a good actor, great actress, the woman's a great actor, let's put them together, and nothing, and then you put two other people together and they just have it. You never really know. If I had one strength as a wrestler, it would be that I meshed pretty well with a lot of different people.
Alrighty, so why are you at Wise Guys? You doing stand-up now? What's the reason why you're here?
Here's the thing. I know this is Wise Guys. It's a stand-up venue. It's a storytelling show. So I don't go for... People are going to laugh. Most of the stories are funny. They can get touching. Like, there's no rule here about laughs per minute. And so I'll be, following a guy who finished second in America's Last Comic Standing. So I'll be the second funniest guy on the stage tonight. But I'll tell stories that hopefully will touch people, jog memories. And the goal for me is not the laughs during the show, but whether or not they're smiling on the way out, whether or not they're glad they spent their time and money for an evening with me.
So I've seen people walking in with a book. How many books have you written?
If you count children's books, I've done 10.
Oh, you do children's books as well?
4 children's books, and then 4 memoirs, which is just for you guys out there in the memoir business, probably one too many. There's a reason why Winston Churchill stopped at 3. And a couple novels that probably no one in this state has read based on sales figures.
All righty. Well, hey, you got a long line here.
Thank you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. Have a nice day.